Hey there, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how TAS broke A01 race in TrackMania. Let's get into it. It all started when Donadigo uploaded a tool-assisted speedrun of A01 onto YouTube. It was a 23.80. This was the fastest that TAS could go at the time, as new strategies hadn't been implemented yet. Tighter lines in the run were attempted, and although some of them looked faster at first, they all remained the same time to the 100th. The tool went through about 1 million attempts to find an improvement, but with no success. Soon, the tool was released, and people soon started making attempts to improve A01. The first strategy that was implemented was the second SD, with a video uploaded by IsuLX with the first 23.79 TAS on A01. The whole community was amazed, and there was already more room to improve. Many improvements on A01 were coming out. 0.79, 0.78, 0.77, 0.75, 0.72, 0.71, and 0.70. But it started to slow down significantly around 0.68. And there have also been many ideas that were put out, as it was very difficult to improve anywhere else. Although some of these ideas sounded promising, a few were too far-fetched. But there was one idea still left to prove that, although sounded impossible, had potential. The blue bug. There have been many cases heard where some people have gotten blue bugs on A01 many times, but some only a few. However, there's a spot in A01 that has been mentioned to use to reduce airtime: the downhill. I myself have mentioned this many times, and people kept saying that it wasn't ever going to happen, though I knew it would happen at some point. Progress on A01 had come to a complete halt for a while, and there wasn't any progress being made for a few months. Until... It was December 23rd, 2024, when Yash released this test run to the community, and everyone was shocked. Yash had found a way to reduce airtime in the downhill and avoid releasing to gain more speed. It was found that this minuscule gap was able to lift the back wheel enough to cause the front wheels to drop below the downhill, allowing for an earlier landing. An entire group was made specifically for testing the blue bug and getting better lines, trajectories, and better speed. At first, the landing in the downhill wasn't the best, as there was still slight airtime after landing. However, after some time, Skycrafter got this result from brute force. This result got way more speed, and although it looked like a very unstable landing, it was actually key to gaining more velocity. We worked on the rest of the task for a while, until Igentul got this result. We had achieved way more velocity than what was thought to be possible from the downhill, and we got the feeling that we'd go faster than 23.55. Due to having so much speed at the end, we couldn't afford to air brake in the air to stop the car's rotation, as that would cause the vehicle to crash the finish and be slower. The 0.5 barrier had been broken, and 0.4x was finally achieved. I had originally thought to end the video here, but I got the idea to go a little deeper into why the bug works and a few other things. The blue bug, or in this case the mid-road bug, happens because there are some oversights in the block's geometry. These oversights are completely invisible to the eye when you're viewing it from a normal perspective, and it requires you to zoom in and move closer to where the oversight is. This not only occurs in this curved block, but also the round corner here. The reason why it's so rare to get this bug during a run is because the gap is extremely tiny, and you have to be driving over it in just the right way that the wheel lifts up in the air. The main reason for the wheel lift is because of one reason: TrackMania is a perfect game. But in all seriousness, TrackMania has a lot of bugs and oversights that people use to their advantage. The most likely main reason for the wheel lifts are because of strange polygon edge collision. As you can see, just going over the tiny gap like this isn't going to easily trigger a blue bug even though the wheel is going over it. Some ideas that have been suggested is to do another speed slide in the middle here. However, this is slower due to needing to turn suddenly, which loses more speed despite putting in an extra speed slide. Another idea is to use the ring checkpoint to reduce airtime by bouncing. However, just the slightest touch causes the run to be slower. You also don't have the ability to use these structures to land on for less airtime, as you're too fast and you wouldn't be able to get into the finish either, and you'd have to release anyway to actually get onto it. So the question now remains for A01. What now? Well, for the time being, this is the fastest we can go without any other tricks, as trying to go even faster than this will only lead us to hitting the finish or overshooting and finishing with a slower time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.